What's up, all my Ewoks, droids, and Wookiees, and Anna, also known as Star Wars Girl. Welcome. Let's get going. I'm going to be painting Fragaboom. He wanted to be number 13, and I did that sample of the albino eye, so he actually got pushed to 14. So decided to switch it back and get back to him in number 13. So yeah, simple as that. Everyone, please, if you haven't already, please smash the like button, please, and thank you. Let me put that in the little thing so I can pin that. But I hope everyone's doing well. I did do a stream earlier about like 3 in the morning my time, which is the eye that you see up there on the that my camera is on. And that was a lot of fun. I do say that remember to not wear makeup. This lady was kind enough to send me multiple photos, and then she liked the lighting on this one better, but she did have a bit of makeup on, which is fine, but don't make it a habit of sending me photos with eye makeup on, please and thank you. Also, please, again, smash the like button, please and thank you. Just a little disclaimer before we start. If you would like me to paint your eye, here is all the information you need. So this is the eye project. My goal is to get 200 eyes. I have no idea where I'm going to store all of these eyes, but you know, I will figure it out. But if you guys would like me to paint your eye, if you like watching these, you like what you've seen so far, here is information for you. I'm going to be updating this soon. But so this is the chart that I have so far. So if you're interested in participating in the eye project, email me at tswgsstudios.iproject@gmail.com. What to include in the email is the name you would like me to use for the live stream, because I do live stream all of these that I'm painting. Also, what color is your eye, because some people have different colors in their eyes. Sometimes the lighting's a little bit off. I can't tell. If you're going to be spamming my chat with monkey emojis, I'm not going to be too happy about that. Just letting you know, dude. And then also, please no makeup. It's going to look better. Trust me. So here are some examples of good photos that, of good angles, of good different dynamic lighting and stuff like that. That's going to get, the best looking painting out of it. Also, remember that the higher the resolution, the photo, or like the clearer the image, the better the painting will be, because I can see more details. And then at the bottom is the finished example. So there's the photo that was submitted. That's my painting. And then that's it with gold and the gold leafing. I'm going to have to, okay, dude, if you're just going to spam, I'm putting you in timeout. There you go. No spamming. But yeah, so I'm going to have to do it with the different types of leafing that are available, so you guys can pick if you'd like. Also, if you do like the painting that I do of you and you are interested in purchasing the painting of your eye, let me know in the email. I can we can discuss it. I am trying to do an art show, like a gallery show, which would also be like a fan meetup type of thing. And so I would rent out a gallery, have all my artwork there, and provide usually you have like wine and cheese and stuff at art shows. And then if you guys want to come and meet me and see all of the artwork that I have up, I'll invite some of my other YouTube friends. It'll be a fun little meetup. And so yeah, and most of ours, I can see my other account, most of ours is blocked in chat for some reason. Oh no, is it? Let me go check. That's weird. You shouldn't be most diverse. Let me go and check that before I get in. But again, guys, if you guys are interested in participating in the eye project, this is all of the information that you need. Also, please don't email me your life story. This email address is strictly for this project. If you did want to discuss something, that is what my other email address, that Star Wars girl, is for. But this email address is specifically for the I project. Please don't take it personally. If you do email me anything but the stuff regarding the I project, that email will be discarded. So don't be offended by that. I've made myself very, very clear. So yeah. All right. Let me see. Most diverse, you're not on my list of people that can't be seen in the chat. Oh my God, you are. Who the fuck blocked Mostiverse? All right, Mostiverse, try with your main account. What the hell? There's like almost no one blocked on this channel except for like those spam bots and like a couple of my stalkers. But that's fucked up. Mostiverse, try with your main account. See if it works. There. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mostiverse, I'm sorry. Here, I'm going to make you a moderator so that doesn't happen again. There we go. And you're always here for all of my streams, so you can be a mod. Let me add a couple in here that I know have been moderators on other channels. There we go. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, there's only like 9 people that are blocked on this channel, and like one of them is a stalker, and the other 8 are like the spam bots that come in and they'll like they won't comment on the live streams, but they'll comment on the videos with like links to porn and stuff. So yeah, but that's really weird, guys. Don't block people. Don't do that. My thing. So mods, if you ever if there is like a spammer, yeah, that one you guys can ban from my channel. If there's someone that's doxing someone, like, you know, saying my full name or like trying to say like, you know, give out actual doxing information, those people you just immediately block. If there's other people causing problems in chat, put them in timeout. If they do it again, put them in timeout again. And it's, you know, 3 strikes, you're out. So if you put them in timeout twice, well, the 3rd strike, they're out. So that's what to go by. Let me make a poll. Okay. Whose eye do you want me to paint? I'm going to do a Jack show one. Okay, so we'll do John, Cecil, Elsie, Ethan. Okay, so if I do a sample one out of the Jack show crew, which one do you guys want to see? That's going to be the poll for today's chat. Is do you guys want to see me paint John's eye, Cecil's eye, Kelsey's eye, or Ethan's eye? So that's going to be the poll throughout this stream. So yeah, I'm like babbling on now, but you guys all will get the drift. Let's see. I'm for Kelsey. No idea who these are, but Cecil, they don't name. Oh, it's from a show that I do called The Jack Show. Dude, my camera is very, very blurry. That sucks. I'm getting my soda ready. My tummy was upset because I ate too much candy, and so my tummy is all bubbly. All right, so this one came out really good. It's like you can really tell it's a girl. It's the second time I've painted a woman's eye, but like I think it's because of the makeup that it's like, oh yeah, there's a lady. Yes, there are women that watch my channel. All right, let me move some of these paintings out of the way so I can sit. Okay. So last night I was wearing like jeans that I had worn out and around. Oh, Jesse texted me. What's up, Jesse? She's like, I saw a Baby Yoda shirt today. says I'm all ears. How cute. But so yeah, I was sitting in. I need to mix some paint. I'm just gonna use the same palette that I did yesterday. But let me get this other phone in here. I'm gonna kind of have to paint fast because I do have my stream with Jesse later, which will be on Jesse Milestone's channel, Mindless Entertainment. Oh, so get this. I had a comment on one of my videos saying, like, did you guys come here from this one channel? And a bunch of people said yes. And I was like, I've never even heard of this channel. What channel is it? And it's like Realm, like Tech-It Realm or something. And so I was like, okay, I've never heard of this channel. And I looked, like, I scrolled through his channel, like, trying to see if he did a video about, like, art and stuff. And he didn't. So I posted the screenshot of, like, people's comments on Twitter. And I was like, does anybody know who this is or what this is about? And apparently he did, like, some video about, like, some, I don't know, I guess bot accounts spamming and stuff. And my video's in there at, like, the 2-minute mark. But it doesn't make sense because the comments that he has that are included in the screenshot implying that it is in my video, or those were comments on my video, were never comments on my video. I'm very aware of all of the comments that I get, and that's never been one. So I thought it was really weird. And so I was like, is he photoshopping it or something? I don't know. But it was just weird, so yeah. I don't know. I was like, oh, I got some traffic, I guess, on my itty-bitty little art channel. So that's nice. But I mean, those comments were never on my video, so I don't know what was going on there. Unless he watches my video and that was just one of the ones that was suggested. Shit, I just spilled my soda on my feet. All right. Let me get this photo of Dan's eye so I can get the paint mixed. So this is actually a very blurry photo, but it's gonna work. It will do. I need more paint. Dan told me his eyes were brown, but they look like green in this photo. I need to get some a little bit darker hues. I honestly could probably just paint using the same palette, but I did run out of light colors. Listen. Let's see. Yeah, I need those light colors.
Oh no, did Jessica Rabbit get canceled? I get all these notifications of people doing videos on it. Come on. Even SJW is like Jessica Rabbit. It was funny. I'm gonna be Rogue for Halloween. I got the costume. I'm actually gonna do a video on it. But what should I call it? I was telling Peaches because him and the Munchkin are trying to figure out what they want to be for Halloween, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna be Rogue, so you guys should be other X-Men like me." And I'm actually gonna go get my hair done like Rogue and stuff. So I'm gonna have those like white streaks and stuff. But whatchamacallit, the Munchkin wants to be Beast. And then I told her, I was like, you know that show I like to watch, Frasier? And I was like, he's Beast. And she's like, what? And I was like, yeah, he plays Beast. It's funny watching a kid's like mind get blown like that. I love Kelsey Grammer. He's the best. Where was I going with that? Oh, no. So then Peaches was like, you should be, he's like, what if I was Roger Rabbit and you could be Jessica Rabbit? I was like, really, babe? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, I already got my robe costume. And he's like, so? I was like, I can't really post pictures of myself as that because, I mean, I could pull off Jessica Rabbit just great, but I could say that with full confidence in myself, but yeah. Should I dress as Jessica Rabbit and go to Disneyland? Because that's what Peaches was saying. He's like, we should go to Disney and you should be Jessica Rabbit. And I was like, yeah, totally. But you know what? I went to Disneyland as Slave Leia before, and the moms were the ones that were like high-fiving me, saying like, whoa, they're like, you look great. And I was super shocked. I was like, usually women are kind of like bitches about that stuff. But the moms are the ones that were giving me props. I was like, thanks. I'm like, some women are nice. Jessica Rabbit's based off a real woman. But you see, that's the thing. There are women that really do look like that. And they just, I don't know. They just want to deny the fact that there's like attractive people out there because they're not attractive and they don't want to be reminded of that. Insecurities. There's a lot of very insecure people out there. Hmm. Do you guys like watching me mix paint, or do you guys prefer it when I'm just already painting? I'm never sure if this is like boring for you guys. Oh, what's up, Fraga? Painting your eyeball today, dude. Dan, if you want to come on and talk like to me while I paint, I can send you the link. Just let me know if you want it. I don't know if you're busy or not. Okay, I'll send it. All right, there we go. I sent it to you, Dan, and the Jack Show. And don't worry, you don't have to be on camera. I usually make myself full screen, so that way people can see me painting. And then most of us, you're next. I'll probably paint your eye later tonight, by the way, dude. Just FYI. If it's not later tonight, it'll be tomorrow. From most of us in the chat. Let's see. What's I doing? Trying to see what color. Okay. I have a few dark colors in here. I don't really need as many. I need a little bit of a more yellowy color. Oh, geez. Did you guys hear that? Oh, what's up, Frega?
Hey
Hey,
there.
Frega. What's up?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
You kicked me out.
No, I just made my screen full.
Oh, right on. That's the way to do it. That's great. That's great. I'm busy drawing this double pager on Black Flag right now, so I figured we could hang out and work together. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. How many pages do you have left of that book?
Too many. Too many. I'm not even trying to count. All I'm trying to do is each day get up, put in my 12, 14 hours, and do the best work I can. And otherwise, when I look at, I'm one of those people that if they like Han Solo, don't tell me the odds. Like don't tell me. I gotta keep my head down and just kick this thing's ass and kick John Malin's ass. That's the other thing too. Is
Oh yeah.
amen for John. He told me to bring my best, so I thought, why not?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, John talks a lot of shit, so You
He
got to be
does. I
prepared
think.
for it.
I think it's just to mask his soft side. You know,
Yeah,
he's a softie.
a little bit. You get
Yeah.
glimpses of it every now and again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the old doth protest too much aspect of things, I believe. You know,
Very
he,
John.
yeah, yeah. I'm
So
so
are you,
excited. I've
what?
watched you. I've just watched you paint. I think that maybe 4 eyes now, and this will be number 5. And I'm just stoked that it's my eye. Anna's my Lily Bell just walked in. Anna's gonna paint my eye. My Lily Bell's eyes are all big. Like what?
Yeah, ask her if she wants her eye painted too. I need more
Yeah.
volunteers.
Do you want Anna to paint your eye? She's got really pretty blue eyes. Lily Bell does. See?
Ooh.
Yeah, it's see, that's the kind of stuff she'll do. So all I got to do is take a picture of your eye and send it to her.
When can we go to Dollar Tree? I need this Halloween supplies.
In a little bit. I just got online with Anna, so in a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Love you, Dada.
I love you too. She wants to go to Dollar Tree, because it's magical.
Oh, does she still have that obsession with those Monster High dolls?
Oh, never ending. I mean, that's a forever thing. That's just gonna be how it is. You know, um, it's weird. And
How
the
old is
thing
she
that
now?
really, she's 10, but the thing that really, like, for me, that is, it's ironic, maybe it's not irony, but it needs to belong in that one song. Isn't it ironic? It's like, your old man worked at Mattel for 6 years. It wasn't until he wasn't there that you wanted everything from there. Like, I used to get like crazy discounts, or I was also on the list for toy testing. So before they would
Oh,
release toys, they would send home like I would bring home the Barbie Dream House to her about 3 months before it hit stores, because we would have real kids play with the toys for 3 months, and then I'd have to fill out a survey and give feedback and stuff. But she got everything, but she was little, like I stopped working at Mattel 3 years ago. So not, she was at oldest 7. So when I was bringing her home stuff, it was like, she was 4, and she would, take their hands off and their feet off and and now she's like, Dad, can I get the da 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 da? And I'm like, yeah, it's $80 on eBay. And she's like, did I ever have it? I'm like, yeah. And you tore the wings off and you took the thing off. She's like, ah. She gets so mad at herself, but it's like, yeah, dude, you had the sweet opportunity, but what do you want from a child, basically?
yeah. It's like that is very ironic.
Yeah, it's crazy. How have you been? I haven't outside of being on a couple shows with you, I haven't talked to you in a while.
I'm good. Just been busy. I got back from Festa this weekend, so that was a
I
lot of
don't know what
fun.
that is. What is Festia?
You've never been to Festa?
No, what is that?
Oh, it's a Portuguese celebration.
What? No, I've gone
Yeah.
to I've gone to like in Half Moon Bay, where
Mhm.
my mom is from. Even though she's not Portuguese, there was a Portuguese hall, and they would have like celebrations and things. But I maybe I just don't remember what it was called, but it was you know celebrating being Portuguese.
Yeah, well, I
Yeah.
mean, this one it's like a Catholic holiday. I still
Oh,
go even
okay.
though I'm not Catholic, but
Yeah.
it's we have the big parade with like all the
Oh,
saints and like the houses, and then you got like all of those like princesses and queens that are dressed up.
I bet that's awesome.
It was
Optic
the
Optic
food.
Racer Optic Racer 21's asking, what Fragaboom, you worked at Mattel? I did. In fact, if you go on Netflix, there's still a few things I worked on. I was the supervising director on a bunch of their shows. I was second in command on Monster High, Ever After High, Max Steel, Polly Pocket. In fact, that job I did a lot of stuff. We called it ad hoc, right? Like whatever the job needed, I did it. So, for example, if there are any people that have ever seen the Monster High Boo York musical, I wrote about 85% of the lyrics. I wrote the theme song to Polly Pocket. I wrote a bunch of other stuff, but it was just considered part of the job. I was salaried, so it was like, oh, yeah, today we need you to write a song. Oh, today we need you to design a character. Today we need you to help out with storyboards, and ultimately I would just oversee the projects and bring them to fruition. And one of the things that was really just awesome about the job, like I don't know, like I always look for the blessings and things. I got to witness in the almost 6 years I was there what it takes to bring something from being nothing, like it doesn't even exist, to a grain of an idea, to really developing it, and then seeing it through production and seeing it through quality control, and then watching it air on Nickelodeon or become a Blu-ray, and uh, really just a trip, man. Like, especially because basically what my department was inside of Mattel was an agency within inside itself. So let's say Monster High came out with sort of translucent versions of their characters that they wanted to make ghosts. We would have a meeting with the executives over at the toy side of the building, and they would say, "Listen, uh, we've got these ghost characters, and what do you guys think you can do as far as making some content for this?" So we'd go and we would gestate over some ideas, about 4 or 5 ideas, and lock them down, and then we would pitch them. And from those ideas, the executives would pick maybe 3. Those would go to focus testing, which I hated. I hated going to focus testing because that shit was so, it wasn't accurate. Like, the lady would go, "Do you like this idea?" And she would make this sort of frowny face, and it's like, oh, somebody's telling this person which one to plus, because she goes, "Do you like this idea?" And she'd be smiling. And when you're talking to 6 to 11-year-olds and someone says, "Do you like this idea?" and they're frowning, most kids kind of lock step and go, "No," because the person's frowning. So anyway, we would lock down on the focus tested best idea. We would then write an outline, get that signed off on, and then we would hire a screenwriter, and we would oversee that process to the point where it was locked. And then we would work with different production companies. The short form people for Monster High were in Los Angeles. They're called 6 Point Harness. They did a lot of the webisodes, and then we worked with a company up in Vancouver called Nerdcore for many of the features. And then later on, we worked with another company there in Vancouver. I learned to love Vancouver. We went up there a whole lot, and some of my favorite food is up there. That was my favorite part of travel was that. But then I would meet with the director on that side, and the designers, and the the character designers, the prop designers, lighting designers, and the other thing too was each of the projects had different pipelines. And what that means is, like, our webisodes were done in Flash, our features were done in XSI, at least on Monster High. Over at when we did Ever After High, both webisodes and feature stuff was done in a software called Toon Boom. So Toon Boom was the way they did it over there, and they were in Toronto. That was with a company called Guru. Guru also did. Jay Bama fan says, "So this is what, like, Dan is like when he's not high." That's right. I don't really get my smoke on till later on the night. But yeah, Guru, similar process as far as pre-production goes. Storyboarding, and overseeing those projects, and the other thing that was like a favorite part of mine was working with our actors. And what we would do is and each project was different too. So, for example, Polly Pocket, as much as you go, oh, it's just Polly Pocket, that one I had the most fun with because we usually there were 5 actors, voice actors, and they would come in and they would actually all sit in the room together and we would do whole scenes and they'd be acting off of each other in the same room with 5 mics, and we would just run lines and run takes and get it all put together. On Monster High, because of scheduling and just the breadth of the projects, Polly Pocket were like 11-minute little shorts, so they were easy. But the Monster High stuff, those were 90 minutes. So scheduling wise, we would have Kate Higgins. If anybody has ever played Mario Odyssey, Kate Higgins' work. She's the one who sang the song in Donk City. And the big Mario Odyssey song, she sang that song. Kate's done a bunch of other stuff too, but Kate she played Frankie. We'd get her in, we'd record her all of her lines for the entire movie. Usually take about 4 hours. Then we would get Sally Saffioti would come in, and she's awesome. There are a few of our actors that would do double, sometimes triple duty. And the thing that was great about Sally is she was the voice of Claudine and Cleo. So a lot of times she was, having lines with herself. So we would record her Cleo lines, and then we would record her Claudine lines. Dabion Donaldson says he's got to go to bed.
Thanks for
good
stopping
night.
by, dude.
Yeah, thanks for coming through, man.
Getting a little history lesson.
Yeah. Just giving you some Monster High. Just it's weird because I feel that there's this. Do you know who Quincy Jones is?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's one of my heroes. Like, I like Bruce Lee, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jackson, Prince, Quincy Jones. Those are like real superstars to me. And Quincy Jones, there's this great documentaries called The Many Lives of Q. And the thing that I found really interesting about The Many Lives of Q is in the 50s, he was a band leader. In the 60s, he was orchestrating bigger stuff. In the 70s, he started doing soundtracks. And then in the late 70s, he went on to do, Michael Jackson and Frank Sinatra. And each and every time, they realized each decade his even though his job was similar, it was always changing and advancing, and he would take the skills he learned from the previous decade and apply them to these new responsibilities. And I really feel I've had that kind of thing going too. I started working in newspaper comic strips when I was a teenager. Then I went into comic books. Then I went into storyboards. Then I went into live action directing. Then I went into animation directing with the Ricky Gervais show, and then onto Mattel in a really just different role. And now I'm back doing comics, and each of those phases just feels like a different life in a way. Like John, you hear John Malin talk about Rob Liefeld, and Rob created Deadpool and Cable and X-Force, a lot of really major characters. And I met Rob when I was 16 and started working for him in December of 91 is when I got hired. And I spent almost 10 years working with him. And when people ask about those stories, I think about them, and like, last time I worked in a studio or for him was 1999. So when you think about that, it feels like a whole life ago,
Yeah. Wasn't that like Taco Story about you though?
The which one?
The one that Ethan tells with Rob, with
Rob
having a temper.
Oh, you talking about the Taco Bell incident?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob. I mean, that's the thing is like, and thank God we all grow up. But like I've forgiven Rob for the things that we went through. I mean, I met him when I was 16. He hired me right out of high school. I lived with the guy. You know, I have a kind of a smart alecky attitude a lot of the time. But I also don't like, if somebody's messing with me, I don't really let them. Uh, so, you know, there's a bit of talk back or whatever. But anyway, long story short, when you look at, if you look at, J Max is asking, "Are you sure you're not high?" I'm pretty sure. I've had some coffee, but I'm not. But you know, Rob Liefeld's success. You know, those times, like I realized, like that time he lost his temper over me eating the wrong taco. Uh, let's see, that was 1992. So I was 19, which would have put him at like 25. So here's a guy who's 25 years old, started Image Comics, right? The biggest thing ever, 25. Had already had his success with X Force, Cable, Deadpool, 25 years old. So, you know, on one hand, you go, it's Rob Liefeld. On the other hand, you go, this is this, like, when you think of a 25-year-old, most 25-year-olds don't have their act together yet, you know? So this guy, I think he lost his temper because he didn't know how to control himself, you know?
Yeah, he's
That's
a
all.
kid.
Yeah, he was a kid. He's a kid. But yeah, no, it's some really cool things, you know, like I think about my life and before I had kids, I used to think, man, I've lived a full life. I could die today, and at the, you know, I'd feel like, yeah, I have no regrets. I've seen a lot, done a lot, and now it's like a whole new chapter. You know, just same, you know, same thing. Like, obviously I don't want to die now. Never wanted to die, but I'm saying I was. I used to be at peace with it. Now it's like, nah, I want to be around for my kids.
Yeah.
That's about that. Uh, but yeah, I mean, now I just spend my days. Now I just spend my days drawing my comic. You know, working on the music, working on doing streams and stuff. And we're gonna be having Fragtober again,
Yeah,
which
I
I
need to
hope.
actually make it on this year.
Say what?
I need to make it on this year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would love it. I would love it if you came on, and it's a lot of
Okay.
fun. It's a whole lot of fun when people come through, because there's the challenge. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna draw. Like, people make the suggestion, and I basically pick during the show,
Yeah.
and then the guest and I, we draw, and you know, I have the camera on mine to kind of keep the drama, so to speak, watching that, or the excitement of that. But it's always sometimes there's a reveal. Like, I know when Malin comes on, he doesn't like showing it till it's done. Um, some of the other guys, or gals, will have it going when it's you know, like if they're digital. Like Irene was on during Fragaboom, and you know, we could go over to hers, or sometimes people will have the camera on their work. And that's fun. But we generally talk about topics of the day while we draw. And you know, what I noticed about, like, your painting right now, you're going faster because you're letting me do the talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It's I'm amazed at your speed. It's and also is that acrylic or oil? What is that?
Oils.
See, I've done one painting in acrylic, and I had a blast. But my brain, the way I process, like when I look at things, is more in line with watercolor than it is with oil. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
I've watched people do oil. My friend Alex Castaneda is a master at oils, and he came over and did portraits at my house once, and like, just people sat in front of him, and he just knocked them out. And I go, I get it. You're building from dark to light. You're like pulling light forward. Where watercolor, you're building value. You know, you're working dark to light, but on watercolor it's light to dark. like for me, it's like adding as far as putting shadow in. And hue choices. Like if I had to paint someone's eye, the first thing I would do would be like, I'd decide, okay, well, is it going to be sort of cooler? I would do a blue underpainting, and then I would come in with like a diluted red to kind of pull some of the values darker. Then I'd pull in some yellow, and then I'd start working the flesh tones. But when I watch you paint, I'm like, man, it looks like so much fun, but it also seems like a lot of cleanup. Is there a lot of stuff?
Like as far as like actually cleaning up like the palettes and stuff?
Yeah,
Or
like
like
because
the painting?
no, not the painting. Like my grandfather was an oil painter, and I used to watch him, and he had all these like jars of thinners and
Yeah, it is.
oil,
It's
like
very
actual
messy.
oil, like what? It's not
Yeah,
flaxseed
I have.
oil.
Yeah, you use like linseed oil.
Linseed oil, that's it, not flaxseed. Linseed oil, yeah. And I'd go, man, that seems like so much fun, but there's also the smell. You need to have ventilation and like clean up. It's like you really gotta.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a undertaking if you're not prepared for it.
Right, and like my watercolor set, it's got a little bottle, it's got a little brush. I just
Yeah.
pack it up and I'm done. Dunzo. Easy.
I really enjoy watercolors. It's just I've already kind of feel like I've mastered this to a point where it's like I'm comfortable with my ability. And so it's like I
Right.
want to just keep pushing and like completely like
Yeah.
go the distance with this before I jump into another. But I actually my watercolor professor from college emailed me back I can't remember if it was 2019 or 2020, but she submitted some of my watercolors to like this competition that they were having at the Met. And I was
Whoa.
like, I did that like years ago, but she really liked it. I would
Good
have to
is good.
really struggle with my watercolors to get back into it again. It's not my
Oh
favorite
man.
medium.
A lot of people they say it's harder because it's not as forgiving. Like I heard it.
Exactly.
That's yeah. If let's say you do something wrong in oil, you can either put something on top of it, or you can actually kind of move it
Cover it
around.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean that seems cool. But yeah, I'm not ready for it yet. Eventually I think I will be, but my my whole quest for mastery, it revolves around drawing and making music. Really, that's it. One of the things I'm thinking about doing for Fragtober, I'm not sure if I'm gonna, because it's gonna require a bit of bravery and a bit of willing to submit myself to some fuck ups. Do you know who Mark Ribier is?
It sounds familiar.
His name
I've heard
looks
the
like
name.
it's a riblet. That's what his last name looks like. It's spelled like. He's this guy who does this improv where he has a looping machine, and he'll start making beats with sounds like keys, and he'll add keyboards to it, and then he'll just start making a song on like right off the bat. I I wrote to him. He didn't answer me personally, but he answered the question, because I guess a lot of people ask the question like what his gear was, and how he has it chained. And basically, it's a rhythm loop station plus main stage on a laptop, a keyboard patched through a soundboard to another computer that's streaming, and that's it. It's it's a lot of fun. So you could a loop station. Let's say I do this like that, it would loop it, and then on top of it, I could go like that, and then I could add keys to it. Now I have a beat, and then I could start singing, and I can create loops of my own backup singing. So if I wanted to have someone say, "Oh yeah," in the background, I could.
That's
You
cool.
know, yeah. So I was thinking about doing some of that, but somebody in the chat asked what kind of music I like. I mean, clearly I love hip hop, but like before I got on the stream with you, I listened to jazz, and not your weird jazz. What's up, Zayd? Oh yeah, Zayd Comics. Yeah, Lost Pages too. Uh, the best year in jazz of all time is 1959. Some people say it's the year the music died, but 1959 crushed it in the jazz era. And if you have Spotify, guys, if you look up 1959 jazz albums, there's a 158-hour playlist, and
Gee.
that's usually what I'm listening to. And what's crazy about listening to that stuff, though, is I'll go, holy shit, that's where that sample came from. Oh my god, that's where that came from. You know, and you start realizing like some of the best producers were dipping into they call it digging in the crates. They were just dipping deep in those crates to get that stuff. But I love jazz, and but at the end of the day, musically, the thing that I search for is something that makes you feel a certain way, and there, some guys have magic. Like think about like Michael Jackson. Anytime Billie Jean comes on, I don't care if you're a baby or a great grandma. Your shoulder starts moving, your toe starts tapping, your booty starts shaking, and you kind of can't help it. That's to me, that's electric. It's almost like a spell, like a magical spell, you know. Um, or a song that you hear that makes you feel not sad, but you know, sort of what's the thoughtful sad. I forget what that word is.
Reminiscent?
Yeah, a bit reminiscent. You know, I like that kind of music too. That makes you you know, feel. I like music with feeling. So there is only really one kind of music that has turned me off. Uh, it's country music, but
I love country music.
but do you like pop country? Because if you talk about new country, that's pop, and that's completely
I don't
different. I'm
really
talking
listen to new country. I like
uh,
old classic country.
so like the instrument that drives me crazy is the sliding guitar. That like I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that sliding guitar ever. But there's still some good stuff like Waylon Jennings or um, you know, Hank Williams, not Junior, but Hank Williams. And then there was a time, there was a movie that came out in my childhood called Urban Cowboy, which really like lit up the country scene. You got like Johnny Lee and of course Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, but again, that you're falling into pop territory when you know you go, oh man, Kenny Rogers' biggest hits were actually written by Lionel Richie, you know, from the Commodores. So one of the most soulful dudes who also wrote "We Are the World" with Michael Jackson. But you know, here you got this soul artist writing country music. Jay Bama says, "I love the movie Rhinestone." He's talking about Sylvester Stallone. I actually do like that music. It's funny. Ween, "Piss Up a Rope." We like that song too.
Yeah,
But it's
that's
nothing
a
like
new classic.
yeah. Cecil really lit it up, man. What are you gonna do with these when you're done with them, Anna? These
So
eyes.
what I want to do is a lot of people do fan meetups at like conventions, but
Yeah.
I actually got the idea from Star Wars Theory because he made his fan film and he rented out a theater in Los Angeles, and I went and there were so many people there, and I was like, well, I'm not Star Wars Theory, I don't have 3 million subscribers, but
Yeah.
I was like, I always am painting and stuff. And so what if I like got a gallery here in Southern California and did like an event and, just invited everyone. Like, if you want to come, you're more than welcome. And
I'm not coming to California without
no, you don't have to.
No, here's the problem, okay? My wife, I did PowerCon in this 2019. I did PowerCon, and I did a store signing in Benicia, which is in Northern California. And these are all after we moved here, and my wife was not having it because she really misses California. And if I was to come to California again, I'd have to bring the whole family, and that's 7 people. And you just times that plane ticket by 7. I'm not coming.
That's okay.
I'd want to though. Yeah. Well, the thing is I'd like if you painted Lily Bell's eye too, I would want to buy those off you. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. So that's the thing is I'm going to sell, like, I'm not going to not sell somebody their eye, because it's their eye. They get first dibs at it. But
you're not like Minority Report selling me an eye?
No. So what I'm going to do is, get a gallery and just have all of my paintings on display. And then people can come and meet and say hi and come see all the eyes. And so, like, if anyone wants their eye and they, want to purchase their eye, then I just ask if they wait until after I'm done with, like, the show, and then I'll ship them all out.
Cecil said he was going to do the same thing, but with people's brown eye. And I just thought, man, I'm not sending you any pictures, Cecil.
Cecil probably has plenty of those pictures already, to be fair.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Yes, indeed. Heck yeah. I think that's what's up?
I'm trying to get 200. So if you want all of your kids' eyes painted, I need models.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Are you doing the ladies too?
Yeah, I'm doing everyone. Anyone.
I gotta get my wife's eye. I think that would be cool. Just paint the blackout part, the bruise. Just you have to make sure you don't paint that part.
Oh, but those just have so many pretty colors.
Yeah.
That'll definitely tell a story.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got a thumbs down. J-Dog says, how's there a thumb down? People don't like Frega. No, you have to understand. I don't feel like anything's a success unless there's haters. It
down because my stream was late.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
I always get thumbs down. But everyone smash the like button.
Yeah. You guys hit that thing. Punch it like it owes you money. Yes. Hit it up. What other projects do you have in mind? You've got 200 eyes. Why 200? Why not 201?
Just because I thought that would be a fun number, and because I kind of want, part of this is because this is a study, right? I'm not sitting here doing like a photorealistic painting. I'm just doing an eye study. I want to get better and faster at this.
Yeah.
And so it's just like an improvement. And so.
Well, you are getting faster.
Thank you. Actually, the number 200 comes from Anthony Hopkins when he talks about, how he approaches playing a different role. As he says, he doesn't do any research on the character. He says everything that he needs to know about the character is in the dialogue that's written. And so he says every single line 200 times. So it becomes natural.
Everybody's got their thing, like that's what I realize is it's individual to everybody. And sometimes what works for one person won't work for the other, I'm so glad you decided that you weren't doing any like plaster casting. Have you ever heard the plaster casters?
Like the people that put make body casts of people? That?
Well, sort of, yeah. There were these gals in the late 60s and 70s and part of the 80s that would go to rock shows and they would plaster cast rock stars' penises.
Oh, yeah, and make dildos.
Yeah. And they had like a show I've seen another one where it was all, lady parts.
Mm.
That was fun. That was fun to watch.
No, I don't really have any desire to do anything like that.
Good.
It's mostly stuff that I want to paint, and then also this is for me to improve. So this is me honing in my skill and my speed. And
Yeah.
so I decided to start with eyes because the things that people sketch the most are hearts, swirls, eyes, and then they fill in like the letter, like O or 8, they'll like fill that in.
Wait,
And
what?
so
What are you talking about? The thing that
like
people sketch the most?
yeah, so
Really?
that's actually like just and not just artists, like that's just everyone. Like they've done many polls, and the things that are one of the most sketched things are like swirls. Star for whatever reason they put stars in with swirls,
Yeah.
but hearts, eyes, and then they fill in like if there's any kind of type on
I,
the paper, they'll
I
fill
always
it
thought
in.
it was that S. You always see him like carved into the desks, That
Yeah,
S.
that is unfortunately that S did not make it onto the
Oh, okay. Yeah, I always sketched torsos and faces like a
Yeah,
lot.
but see, you're an artist. They're like including just normal people.
Okay.
Mhm.
Wait a second. What? Not. I'm not. I'm. I guess I'm. I feel normal. Uh,
You're artistic. Okay, I would say it's
sometimes.
normies. Like if people are sitting at the DMV and they literally have absolutely nothing to do, and they just have a pen and they're just doodling on a paper. It's stuff like
So you're
that.
saying people without their phones?
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of the DMV, I'm so very very excited. My car. I drive the world's cheapest car. I'm so happy to have it. It's a 2009 Jetta TDI. It's a diesel Jetta. It has a checkered history of being recalled because it was the one that where Volkswagen lied and did the tricky emissions, and they put a little fanciness in it. Uh, that car, I love my car. It's like got 123,000 miles on it, and it's healthy as the day I drove her off the lot. Uh, we had it put on a truck when we moved here from California 3 years ago, and I haven't been driving it because I didn't register it in this state. I'll drive it around the block. Every week I'll just take it and drive it for about 3 or 4 miles just to keep the fluids and so the battery doesn't die. But yesterday, because I'm going to be doing I'm going to be in Huntsville, Alabama next week at a comic convention, and then next month I'll be in. I'm doing one in Fayetteville and then another one uh, somewhere in Tennessee, uh, near Nashville. But anyway, I knew that I would need to drive my car, so I actually went and I thought it was going to be painful, and I went and I got my tags, my Georgia tags yesterday, and I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to wait at all. I got right in there. I got my same license plate. Very
Mm.
excited that I got my same license plate because I didn't want a different one. I wanted my same old numbers. But yeah, as soon as you said DMV, but what I realized though, when I see people, I feel sad sometimes because what up, Slick Rick? Uh, you're younger, so I might be sounding like a old fuddy duddy and whatnot, but I talk about this on my stream and a lot of streams that I get on about my dad was born in 1943, so he was born before televisions were a mainstay in the home, and that was about the only thing really different from his childhood and my childhood. I didn't get a we didn't have the Atari until I was about 10. Uh, and and my dad brought home a VIC 20 Commodore and a Commodore 64 when I was like 11 or 12. So a majority of my childhood was pre-computer, pre-cable television, tiny TV screen. So I can honestly say that my childhood wasn't too far off from my dad's childhood, even though there's 30 years between us. Uh, I can't say that for my kids. Their childhoods are immensely different. They all of my kids are born after the iPhone, and streaming is normal, and uh, getting like a song back in the day. If you heard a song on the radio, you would have to call the radio station and ask them what it was if they didn't say it. Right? What the? Oh, what?
Mhm.
Who was that? Whoa! And you have to call and go. It's a song that goes like blah blah blah. And then they told you, and you saved your money and you bought a 45 record. It was a single, or you got a cassette single. Uh, and so we really treasured music, like the idea of a song, a cassette single. That was like one of your treasures. Now, they're kind of disposable. Like a song comes out, it's gone. If you want to hear it, you can. You're a lefty?
No, this camera's flipped.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say the eye I sent you was facing the other way. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. I
No,
just
the
thought, no.
camera is up here, and so it would
Yeah,
be upside down, so I just flip it. A lot of
got
people
it.
get all excited. They're like, Anna's left-handed. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Hey, it's cool. But it makes me sad sometimes, though. Like, I'll go I'll go out to dinner or something, and I'm sitting there, and I make a point not to take my phone out because
Mhm.
I don't. But I look around like I'm a people watcher, and when you see every single person with their head in the phone, I go, oh man, it's weird. It's really weird, to me. Perhaps it's like entirely normal, but it's weird to me.
It gets frustrating for me sometimes because it's like I definitely am addicted to my phone,
Yeah.
and so when I'm out and about, I try to be off of it, but then it's like I get frustrated at myself because I'm like, I need to check it. I need to check it, even though nothing has happened in the past
Yeah.
13 seconds.
Right. And I do because I'll do it in the morning when I'm having coffee and watching cartoons with Sammy. And I do like a cycle, right? Because I'm on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. So I'll basically run through those, and sometimes
Mhm.
I'll mindlessly be like, I just checked Facebook. Why the fuck did I turn it? Why am I back on it again? And then I'll go to Pinterest. Pinterest is the one.
Oh, I
Uh,
love Pinterest.
Pinterest is my absolute favorite because I feel like it's it's not as passive. A lot of people. I talk about why I believe that YouTube is my favorite of all platforms. Is there's a degree of a feedback, right? It's I'm talking to you, you're talking to me, I'm seeing the chat, I'm able to talk to the chat, and they're able to talk back, and it feels really organic. We were on Ethan's stream last night, and I was just saying to the guys, I'm like, this is kind of a miracle. It's like I don't, outside of Matt Yackey and Andre Kromoff, I don't have that many. Well, I had McKinney too, but I don't have a lot of local friends, right? But
Yeah.
I do feel like I get to hang out. Um,
Oh, same.
yeah, and it's that I love that. Instagram, I got caught up. I started Instagram when Instagram started, and I had an Instagram called just Fragaboom, and then in December of 2012, there was some thing going around that they own your content, and I
Mm.
got pissed, and I'm like, fuck you, and I deleted my Fragaboom, and they like 3 days later they're like, oh, we've rewritten our terms and we don't own anything and blah blah blah, and I'm like, oh, okay, let me have my account back, and they're like, yeah, you can't. So I created Couch Doodles, right? I had to create a new username, and Lily Bell was like a year and a half old at the time, and I spent a lot of my time on the couch doodling, so that's where that name came up. But I got bit by the Instagram bug where I was just like, I'm going to post every day, I'm going to post consistently, I'm going to use the right tags, I'm going to do the kind of content that people like, and eventually I built it up to like 80,000 followers.
Yeah, you
And
have
I
a
thought,
huge Instagram following.
yeah, well, I'm down to 74,000 now because I don't I realized it was a rat race, and like
Yeah.
when you're fighting an algorithm and you're just like, I'm not, this is not for me. But the other thing I realized about Instagram, and I don't know if there's an actual way to do it, but it is such a super passive platform because it's based on the thumb scroll, or a double tap. And generally speaking, people don't click links, even if they're in your stories where it says swipe up. I ran some analytics on this like maybe 6 months ago because I was like, shit, my biggest platform is Instagram. I should put my campaign on there. And yeah, it just like it was less than a percent of anybody that actively clicked on the link. And of the people that clicked on the link, that it was less than a percent of people that actually
Like, see ya.
yeah, that actually went and did it. And I went, that's nuts. Like this is the one I've got the most numbers and you know just the most activity on as far as social media is concerned, and it doesn't mean shit, and perhaps it does, it maybe for other people, but I don't know how they do what they do. It's like when people go, oh yeah, I make my living off of Instagram. I'm like, how? Like
Yeah,
that.
no, Instagram is like the toughest one.
Yeah. Optic Racer's asking, you in the East Coast like Cecil? I am. I'm in Georgia, not too far from Atlanta. Family and I moved out here from California. We were living in actually near where Anna is. We were in Buena Park.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, and
I was there yesterday.
yeah. Oh, dude, if you like Korean barbecue, that's the place to go.
Oh, I hate Korean barbecue. No,
I gotta,
my
I gotta
eyelash
go.
lady
I gotta
lives
go,
in.
Anna. I can't. I
Oh.
can't. I can't. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, my eyelash lady, she lives in Cyprus, so I have to drive through Buena
Yeah.
Park.
All right. Yeah. 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 But yeah, we moved out here in what was almost a year ago or 3 years ago. We packed up the car, big ass moving van, and drove cross country. We left, I think, September 25th and got here to Georgia October 1st, 2018. So I went from being a full on 45 years in California to now being Georgia. And I always tell Sammy, our 2.5-year-old, you were made in California, but exported in Georgia. you know, so it's a trip
Does
having
she
a
have a
kid.
southern accent?
Not yet. I mean, she has a toddler accent, which is on its own. And you know what really sucks for kids her age is that they they don't they don't know pre-pandemic life.
I
So
know.
like the stuff she gets the most excited about, going to Walmart, like go to Dalmart because she doesn't have W's down yet.
Yeah.
Dalmart. And she gets super stoked. Put on my shoes, because it means she's going out. And in February we got new next door neighbors, and they've got twin 5-year-olds, a 7-year-old and 10-year-old, and the 5-year-olds like Sammy, and they play whenever we go to the bus stop to get the kids off the bus. Harrison and Lilybell, she gets to see her buddies, but the only people, anyway, long story short, the only people that she really talks to is her mom and me. That's it. Which is sad.
I know she doesn't know what it's like without like masks.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Poor baby.
Optic Racer says to tell you to send me the special tactics video that he sent you. Good knowledge to have in case water levels rise fast while in a car. Yeah. So I guess, is that like a break the windshield out situation? Like, what do you do there?
I have no idea.
Man, that is a terrific likeness.
Thanks.
You got that really looks like my tired eye. You know,
Just wait until
I'm
I
always
have
tired.
Once you become a grown up, everyone is always tired.
It's true, and I'll tell you, when you have kids, you're tired on tired, and when you're a mom, you're tired on top of that. Like I always trip out with my wife. I'm not sure how she does it. The physical part. For me, it's all mental stuff. I try to explain to people, like when they look at my Black Flag pages, and the response is always, "Man, I feel bad for your inker," or "I feel bad for your colorist," and I'm like, "Yo, like I had to imagine and draw this, like you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
this wasn't just like I'm punishing these people by being, sadistic. Uh, to it's I gotta think of this stuff. I gotta think about composition, perspective, storytelling, detail, all that shit. And one of the phrases of the industry. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, because you may have. You went to art school, so you ever heard of butt power?
Yes.
Yeah, butt power is the ability to stay in your chair and just work and work and work. Obviously, you want to stand up and take breaks, but butt power is knowing that you're working on one thing and you're going to be sitting there for 12, 14 hours. And if you don't have butt power, people with weak butt power, they get up, they, spend more time not sitting or doing their work. So, yeah, butt power is powerful, man.
It is.
But it's you need a bit of mental fortitude to be able to do that, and in this
Yeah.
day and age of distraction, I think about stuff. You want to hear my conspiracy theory stuff?
Yeah, totally.
The reason people are so hive-minded right now, more so than any time in history, is because of things like TikTok. When I say that, because it's like you look at TikTok, and how dumb is TikTok? It's like, let's do a repeated set of dances, and get encouraged to do it, and people want to be the best at doing this repeated thing, so they could get more likes. And you go, this is just encouraging this sort of mindless, follow the leader behavior. And like, that's what gets us in trouble. There was somebody who said, I think it was C.S. Lewis, that said, when everyone is running towards the edge of the cliff, they think the person running away from the edge of the cliff is the crazy one.
Yeah.
And I feel like most of the time I'm a crazy one,
Because we're not on TikTok doing stupid dances and we're actually working.
Not just that, I'm talking about the world today, like just the way the world is, vax shaming. I'm not a big fan of that. Or non-vax shaming. I'm not a fan of that. People should do what they want to do, and not be vilified. People have their reasons to do what they do.
That's why I try not to talk about any of that stuff, because I'm like, I'm not going to judge someone because I don't know what their life is like.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I feel you on that. I don't talk about it too much, but I will say that for me, I make decisions based completely on my instinct, my gut, right? And and not an uninformed thing. Like when I came over to Comicsgate, I had so many people reach out to me, and the whole, it's a hate group, and don't you know that there's a bunch of ists and phobes and blah blah blah, and I said, fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. that's basically what I said. But it wasn't out of trying to be a rebel. It was out of the fact that, like, I've known Ethan Van Sciver since 1995. He and I used to, back when we were drawing Wolverine together, he was doing some and I was doing some. We would talk on the phone every day, and I know that guy, and I know he's smart. I know he's funny, but I also know he's not a racist. I know he's not a homophobe, and you know, all of the white supremacist stuff they try to pin on him. I knew that none of that stuff was true. So when the time came and I got shit for buying his book. That's really where it started. When I got shit for buying his book, I was like, you guys that are coming at me are the ones that are filled with hate. You're the ones
Yeah.
coming at you. Like, can you not see that? You know, and I did ample research into you know, the forces outside of Ethan and Comicsgate, and saw like some isolated parts of individuals, but that wasn't necessarily like define a whole group of people. And in fact, I have found nothing but love and inclusivity and the diversity that these woke ass fools claim that they're about. I've seen more of that in Comicsgate than I had on the outside. But nonetheless, what I'm saying though is in the when the world is shouting it's a hate group, I'm like, it's not. Go fuck yourself. You guys are parrots. You know, there's two types out there. There's the willing liars. They know what they're doing. They know they're full of shit and they're out there spreading lies. And then there's the uninformed parrots that, because, like I always say this, I want to see a show of hands of people that actually are filled with hate and that actually are bigots and racists. I want to see that because nobody likes that shit. Like, I'm sorry that nobody likes it. So it's very easy to call somebody that name and then have the uninformed parrot go, yeah, fuck that guy. Did you hear? Did you? Oh, and just spread the lie, because of course nobody likes hate. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like most of the people that do all that shit, they are uninformed parents. Like, especially with all that Gina Carano stuff, it's like they're like, oh, she's a transphobe. I'm like, she said multiple times she's not. You know,
Yeah.
people that know her say that she's not. You guys read into something wrong and you're pushing this narrative, but those aren't honestly a bunch of kids.
That was all propagated because of her pronoun thing, and what she did was absolutely right. You know, like somebody, I don't remember what I was listening to, but the idea that, like, I must respect your individual feelings and apply your preferences to my life, otherwise I hate you. Fuck you. You know, the only thing I hate is that philosophy. I don't have to read your mind. I don't have to read your mind and know what you want to be called. Okay? I don't.
Yeah.
And furthermore, I don't need to tell you what I prefer to be called. I don't. No one owes anybody that shit. What we as human beings should owe each other is mutual respect until someone loses it. You know, I will give you the benefit of a doubt until until you do me wrong, and which is better than what I give restaurants. I give restaurants 3 tries. You know, it's like, oh, I didn't feel good after eating there. Oh, maybe it was a bad day. Oh, I didn't feel good. Maybe it's 2. I give that gracious 3. But with people, nah. I'm sorry. You get the respect you give. Bless you. I respect people. And I don't command it back. You know, what do they say? Uh, be kind and generous without the expectation of reciprocation. You know, just do it to do it. And you'll find, as you lower your expectations in this world, there's a lot more happiness. most unhappiness comes out of expectations, and
That's very
also
true.
and also well, it still is. You're right. I told Lily Bell, because as a dad you try to give words of advice. Uh, she will say something like, "I don't want to go there. It won't be fun." Uh, hold on a second. I just got a text.
Okay. This photo that Dan sent me, guys, has a lot of different colors in it
Yeah.
because he's sitting in front of like a computer, or he's got blue lighting. So that's why there's like gray on the side of his face.
Yeah.
Let's
I
see.
wanted a little bit of challenge there, man.
Yeah.
No, but what I said to her, because she was like, it's not going to be fun. It's this, that, and the other. And I said, listen, man. I said, if you went to a party and you went in there saying, I'm not going to have fun, it's going to suck, and you wore that on your face and in your attitude when you got there, this place is going to suck. People are going to read that, they're going to feel it, and they're going to avoid you and not want to talk to you. And then
Mm-hmm.
you can leave that party saying, see, I told you it was going to suck. Or if you say, man, I think this party is going to be awesome, and you walk into that same party with a smile and a magnetism about yourself, people are going to want to talk to you and you're going to have fun. So basically, if you think you're going to have a good time, you're right. If you think you're going to have a bad time, you're right. So anyway, that's my whole thing with respecting people, is I always try to start on the good foot. And I've had many discussions with SJWs, and because I'm not afraid to talk to them if they want to ask me, about where I'm coming from. Number one, I loathe cancel culture. Not a fan of that. Not a big fan of cancel culture at all. I mean, obviously, and when they changed to consequence culture, all right, sure.
Oh God.
Whatever. But the idea is, that you get to decide the punishment of somebody based on what, and like in Gina's Carano's, in her case, she posted the thing about the propaganda that had happened, that had the people turning on themselves and turning in each other out of fear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you go, wow, that is a real piece of history, and there's nothing anti-Semitic about that, and that's true. And that, the old adage of those who don't learn history are doomed to repeat it. She's kind of saying, hey, look, like, don't make this what it is. It's like, oh, you're gonna go turn in your neighbor, you're out of fear because you don't want to get turned in. Like, that could easily happen again in 2021.
Well, that's
That's all.
exactly what happened to her.
Right. Yeah, the irony. Yeah, statistical zero is right too. Statistical zero says there seems to be a problem with changing definitions to fit arguments rather than adhering to the original definition. Yeah, that's my number two problem with these sad, joyless wokies, is the misappropriation of language. When you take a word like grooming, or you take a word like the Yahtzee word, you take those and you throw them on things that aren't even close, don't even, not even close, but you use them in a way where you paint that person that you're using them on in a way that they have a stink. Your boy Zach called it the cheese touch. uh and what it does is it makes your common average public opinion of that person, they did what? because they're so used to the word meaning something more salacious, that even though, it's like Warren Ellis. We talked about Warren Ellis before on streams. The guy was a gigolo for sure, and possibly a dirty dog. But
Hey,
two
those girls
consenting
were the
adults,
ones that were going at it.
right?
Don't hate the
Exactly.
player, hate the game.
Exactly. I was going to say, consenting adults. The word grooming doesn't even need to enter that conversation ever because none of it happened. But that's what got him canceled. That grooming. It made it seem so dirty, and then they said he was using hypnosis, and sketch therapy says love bombers. Yeah, love bomb. The idea of love bomb. Oh, they were so nice to me, and then they stopped being super nice to me. No, dude, relationships are that way. When people first meet each other, uh, you know, first dates and all that stuff, they call it the honeymoon period. The people in anything like brand, or my dad used to say when we were kids, like if we got a toy at Christmas and by January 15th you don't play with it, he'll say, oh, the novelty wore off, right? Doesn't mean you don't like the toy as much. It's just the novelty wore off. I didn't love bomb that toy. Cecil might have loved bomb that toy, but I didn't. Yeah.
To be fair, that is something Cecil would do, though.
Yeah, he would. He would. But we love him for it. I mean, all that hard work he's doing behind the scenes to make our campaign shine.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I don't even know how. Does that guy sleep? I mean, how does he do it?
I mean, he is Cesis.
He is. And it depends. I mean, it depends on what part of the country you're in. In the South, we call him Jeezel. But Cesis, Jeesel, whatever. I can't wait to hang out with him. He's one of those guys I can't wait to hang out with in person. That'll be fun. I want to hang out with you too.
Heck yeah. You need to go to Georgia and get that dirt.
Yo, dude, we almost bought this house. We were working on buying this house, and I wasn't going to tell you about it until we were in. We put an offer in on it, and then we did the inspection, and the inspection came back, and there were just so many problems with this place. But on the surface, without the inspection, this place seemed perfect, and it was in a town called Washington, Georgia. Okay. The thing that's amazing about this town, I love Washington, Georgia, is not only did they have Civil War history, they had Revolutionary War history. The Battle of Kettle Creek was there. The house we were looking at moving into was built in 1877. The oldest house that's still standing in that town is from 1798. Okay, so those graveyards and that dirt, battleground dirt, that would have been you. I think, you would have been all lit up.
I'm excited.
Dirt high.
I will go and eat the Georgia dirt. I want to go to like a Civil War.
I have a question for you. For you, and I hope the answer is yes. Have you ever been to Art Supply Warehouse in Westminster?
I've been to Art Supply Warehouse many, many times. Okay.
Do you know who to talk to if you need something special ordered?
You told me his name.
Owen.
Owen, yeah. Little old guy.
Yeah, he will hook you up. Because I was just noticing your brush still has the tag on it. I that shit drives me crazy. I take them off and I clean all that adhesive off with rubbing alcohol.
See, I don't really care. And sometimes I think for streams, it's like, oh, you guys can see what brush I'm using,
Yeah. I like how you have the pink in my eye from all that weed.
Well, I mean, you do have pink. That's where the blood is.
I don't have blood.
You have blood in your eyes.
Right, I do. Fine. Back in the 90s, though, if you cut me, Mountain Dew would just fly out of my body.
Really?
Yeah, I probably drink, at least a 6-pack a day of Mountain Dew, like easily when I was in my 20s. Yeah. I had one. I had a Mountain Dew yesterday for the first time in like forever. I went to Taco Bell, and I really was sad that I did that. I
No.
hadn't been
Why?
I hadn't been well I hadn't been in like 3 years, and I thought, because Harrison wanted it, I said, okay, we can go, and I'll just go with like the real bare bones stuff. I got a Taco Supreme and a bean burrito, right? The Taco Supreme, there was something plasticky about it, like just very processed. And then the bean burrito, it tasted exactly how I remember it, but probably 3 hours. No, sorry, not 3 hours. 30 minutes after eating it, I was very, very regretful. I wish I hadn't. You draw me. You're actually giving me a much more thick, lustrous eyebrow than I actually have, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that you did that. I shaved my eyebrow off by accident once, and yeah, it was my cat's fault, and I shaved off half an eyebrow, and I thought, well, fuck, and I ended up shaving both of them off, and they never grew back. Like when I was younger, they actually look like the way you have them now. They were nice and full. Now I'm kind of halfway between John Malin and that now. Yeah, Checkpoint says I need to be trained to eat fake food. That's I had said that. It's like, ninjas, in order to be impervious to poison, would take a little bit of poison each day, just a little bit, so their body would just kind of be ready for it,
That's how Wesley survived in Princess Bride. He built up an immunity to iocane powder.
That's it. That's exactly. Well, you got that from ninjas, as you wish. And Taco Bell, I just, I can't do it. And I can't do McDonald's either. I had McDonald's back in May. Lilybell wanted McDonald's for her birthday lunch, which, I'm like, fuck, you could have picked anywhere, and you picked McDonald's. And I had a double hamburger, and I know she's a kid. I mean, that's great. That's great. I can't eat French fries. I can't eat potatoes anymore. Getting old sucks. Dan, do you have more back hair than Anna? I would, J Max. I think I do. I would think I'm Portuguese too, but probably not as Portuguese as Anna. I'm only 25%. And I think, Anna, what are you, like, at least 50, 75?
Yeah.
So, I have, and if we're going to talk about body hair, I can't grow hair from the ankles to the middle of my calf. In fact, when I worked on Transporter 2, we shot that in Miami in 2004. It was so hot, I never wore shorts. So I've always been embarrassed by my leg hair. So I actually took hair clippers and did like a fade, so you couldn't tell, so it went, it was like a step haircut. It went from bald to not as much, and then full hair. So there wasn't that, like right now, it looks like I'm wearing the reverse of boots, and Jason Statham, the guy who plays the Transporter, said, "Frega, you shave your ankles?" And I said, "No." He goes, "Clearly you shave your legs." And I said, "Yeah, just to fade it up. I can't grow hair on my ankles." He goes, "I'm going to call you Shankles." And my whole nickname for the 4 months we were shooting was Shankles. So that's my fun body hair story.
Did you get to meet his wife, Rosie?
They weren't. He wasn't dating her then. This was 2004.
I like her.
Yeah, she's easy on the eyes for sure. And I'm not even into blondes. You know, my type is and not trying to get into peaches territory or nothing, but my type is more like you. You know, it's like my wife is 5'1". She's half Puerto Rican, dark hair, dark eyes. You know, that's my bag. But tall, skinny, blonde girls, I could see how there's an appeal in that case with Jason's lady. I can see it. But
Well, I mean, she's kind of a supermodel, so it's not like,
Oh yeah, I know. You know what? Exactly. Like, remember that girl Eve? She was a supermodel. She had the tattoo on her head. You remember her?
Tattoo on her head.
Yeah, it was a supermodel, and she was bald. She was bald with a tattoo on her head. And usually, I don't go for bald chicks, but in that case, maybe. But again, supermodel. Supermodels will kind of make you. It's like, yeah, I'm not so much into 8-foot Amazons, but in this case, yeah.
No, it's funny because she's taller than Jason Statham.
He's not that tall. He plays an action hero, but I'd top him out at 5'11", probably. I towered over him. Like, I've got pictures of us standing together, and I'm like, I tower over him, and I'm only 6'2". I'm same height as John Malin.
Have you met John in person?
No. I think that would be rad though. I'd like to smoke with John and have a beer with John. He's literally all shit aside, like us, talking shit and being competitive and stuff. He's one of my favorite people. I love John. Love the way he draws. I love his philosophies. My favorite stuff with John isn't Jack's show. It's not when he's on Ethan's show. If you get to see John by himself as the subject of an interview, like on Ott and Stuff or howtodrawcomics.net, that guy knows his stuff and super sharp. That to me is the real Malin, and that's the guy I really dig.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thanks.
I'd like to meet Cecil too. That'd be fun. I've seen him without his mask. He's actually really handsome. I know you know this. He's a handsome dude.
Dan's lying. He's not handsome.
Yes, he is.
He's a grotesque troll.
To each their own. I did say that I prefer the short type, Anna.
That's true.
So,
Did you hear the story how when we were in Florida, the guy thought Cecil was my dad?
No.
Yeah, we were sitting at the bar. Well, we were waiting for drunk 3PO to get off the phone with Gina, and we were watching Ronaldo play.
Yeah.
And World Cup, and I'm all, sitting there cheering. And then Cecil went to the bathroom, and the guy, the bartender came over, and he made a comment. He's like, "It's so nice that, you're here on vacation, you're spending time with your dad." I didn't correct him because I thought it was funny.
That's cold. I was surprised to hear that he's as old as he is.
Yeah.
He looks great for a guy in his 60s, all that, he's the one that inspired me to use Just for Men on my mustache and beard. I was like, if that guy can pull off looking as useful as he does, being that he's pushing 70, guys. He's doing something right.
Cecil is old.
He is. Yeah. Praise him. Doing the Lord's work. Doing a good job.
He's helping out everyone's campaigns.
Yeah.
Is Black Flag still on demand?
It is. And I'll keep it up until I'm about ready to fulfill. Will Perdomo, my co-writer, says we should keep it up after. He says because he believes that once people have it in hand, that word of mouth will spread, and people will want it
I think so
even
too.
more. I wonder. It's just it's a risk that you take when you do a print run. It's like, how many more do I print, or do I pull the mail-in trick of making it rare? That sort of thing.
See,
But
I think I'm going to do what Malin does and do the 30 days, and then end it. And then whatever I have left over, I'll sell on Etsy for like a premium.
Etsy, yeah, I know. Ethan does it with eBay. Going in with the highlight. That's where the magic's at, right?
It is. It's the most fun part.
Yeah. I'm glad you didn't put the little greasy highlights in the eyebrow, though. Yeah,
I got you.
appreciate that. It's the quiet times. My wife made homemade pizza upstairs, and it's the kind where you get to pick, because they're little small personal ones, and I get real excited on pizza day. I don't eat a lot of carbs anymore, and I got to get back in shape. I'll tell you that the kidney stones and the hernia, that fucked up my whole program. Wasn't going to the gym. Wasn't going to the gym anymore, because when you're in pain, that kind of pain, you don't want to, and then you get out of shape. And when you get out of shape, it becomes a vicious cycle.
Yeah, you've been getting kidney. How many times have you had kidney stones in the past couple of years?
3 times.
Jesus, man. Did you
well,
stop drinking
okay.
soda?
Oh yeah. In fact, I'll tell you what happened. So last year was when I had my first one, last May.
Yeah, I remember
And
that.
yeah, that's right. Because but no, I was that when I had my hernia surgery is when I came on your show. That was funny because I was getting ready to get my put out for the first time. But yeah, so I had that first kidney stone. Didn't need surgery for it, but when they gave me the CT scan, they said that they saw a 13 millimeter, 1.3 millimeter stone on my left side, but they said it's so big that it probably won't move. But then this March, and this bummed me out so bad. I was supposed to be on Friday Night Tights on March 5th, and March 4th, that big stone came, and I had to have the emergency surgery, and I couldn't make it to the show. And I'm like, damn, man, because I really love Gary and Az. But anyhow, so that big 13 centimeter, 13 millimeter, decided that it was coming out, and it turned out that it had grown to 1.6. And when they did the test, they found 9 other stones on my right side.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
yeah. So that's why I had 2 surgeries. I had it, the 4th of March, and then again on the 12th of March. And then I had a month and a half ago that I went to the urologist for the P test, and what ended up happening, and the reason I was getting stones, what it has to do with what a healthy diet, and just how my body was handling. There's this guy named Jim Quick, and it's spelled KWIK. Jim Quick is all about accelerated learning and improving your brain through reading and through nutrition. And he had this list of the top 10 brain foods. And it's like chocolate, broccoli, salmon, avocado, turmeric, red wine, a couple other ones. I'm missing them. But, spinach, all the good stuff. And so about a year and a half ago, like before the stones, I actually shifted my diet over to that. So I was eating spinach salads. I was eating salmon. I was having dark chocolate every night as a treat. No energy drinks, no soda, none of that other stuff. Hi, baby. Look at Daddy's eye. Isn't that great? Didn't she do an awesome job? She wants to paint your eye too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Which
when I
baby
went,
is that?
It's Lily Bell, my little blue-eyed girl. But when I went to the urologist this time, we did what they call a 24-hour urinalysis, and you have to pee in a jug for 24 hours and whatever. So this time around, he said I will be doomed to get stones again if I don't make these changes. So one was I need to drink twice as much water as I do now. And I was already drinking 1.5 liters a day. So he says I need to be up to 3. No more nuts at all. And I thought it was just like almonds, but apparently walnuts too. And so no
Nuts
more of
give you
that.
kidney stones?
Oh yeah. It's the oxalates. And then this one threw me off. Animal protein. And I said, "What do you mean animal protein?" He said, "Animal protein." I said, "What about eggs and milk?" And he looked at me and he said, "Animal protein." So any protein that is derived from an animal will cause stones as well. And
So are
so
you a
he said,
vegan now or something?
"No, I just had." He said I had to cut it by 2/3. So I get my protein through. I still eat salmon and that sort of stuff, but not eating as many nuts. And he gave me anyway a list, and I need to have more lemons and limes because that helps break it down. But that's what happened. You would think it was drinking too many sodas and other oxalates, but it really wasn't. It was just those things in combination. So drinking. Don't worry, we'll go to Dollar Tree. I knew she's like perched over me after I eat.
Oh,
dinner.
hey Munchkin, I just made a time
Hold
lapse.
on,
I'm
hold
gonna
on.
post it.
Hold on. Let me give her a headphone. She can't hear you. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
There you go. She can hear you. You can hear her. So
Hey,
tell her what
Munchkin.
you were saying.
Hi.
Oh, I'm about to post your daddy's eye time lapse, so you can see what I did this whole hour and a half.
Isn't that cool?
Okay.
So you'll get to see it. I'm gonna upload it right now. Do you want me to post tag you on the Instagram and the Twitters as what name?
Couch doodles on both.
Okay.
Yeah, that's awesome. So stoked, and I'll get you pictures of the kid's eyes. Harrison, you're gonna bug out on Harrison's eye. His eye color, we refer to it as magic, because there are some times where his eyes look gray, sometimes they look green, like really green, sometimes they look hazel, sometimes they look brown. His eyes, that I've never seen anything like it before. It's like completely dictated by environment and his mood. I don't know how they shift the way they do, but he's got beautiful magic eyes.
Let's see. So this is my art Instagram. So I have all the other eyes.
Wait, go back. I think I see an as. Is that as in the upper left?
No.
No. Okay.
No, as hasn't submitted his eye. I think it's uploaded now. Let's try.
Okay.
So you guys, if you aren't following me on my art Instagram, go check it out. So this is Dan.
There it is.
So you said your eye was brown, but your eye looked green in the photo. Are your eyes hazel?
No, they're brown. I probably smoked some shrubs.
I don't think that changes your eye color.
Possible. I don't know. How does the moon affect tides? You know what I mean? They say the full moon affects tides more. How does light on the moon affect the tides more? I don't get it. Look at that.
Whoa.
I wish I could draw as fast as our time lapses go.
I know. Do you know how much easier it would make life?
Oh man, I would be so prolific. There it is.
It's so cool.
That's a beautiful eye.
Thank you. So, little Munchkin, do you want me to paint your eye too?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, let your daddy take a picture.
I will. I'll get the kids and Brianna. On the ladies, do you prefer them with makeup or without?
Without. It'll look better without makeup.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, like the last girl I did, she had makeup, and I mean, I think it would have looked better without it, but it still turned out good. Also, what kind of whatchamacallit, leafing do you want? I have bronze, gold, or actually not bronze, copper, gold, and silver.
I don't know what you mean by leafing. What do you mean?
Okay, so let me move my camera.
It's like
So this one has leafing on it right now. Oh, let me take this off.
Let me see.
So what I do is I put leafing around it. So this one I'm still like needing to pull it off and
Yeah,
stuff. So
no, I
this,
get what. See, I know what leafing is, but I didn't understand what you meant in context with the painting. That's sick.
thanks.
You know what? Artist choice. Like, my favorite metal to have on my pencils is brass, but if you think copper looks, whatever you think
So
would look good.
this is copper.
Yeah.
This is like the shiny copper. I have like this old antique-ish kind of copper.
Yeah.
Let me grab the other ones because I have
Yeah.
gold and silver as well.
Do you ever wonder when they say eat hot lead, copper? You go, is that a choice, like lead or copper?
So this one is silver. It's a little bit more like, it looks titanium, I think.
Mm,
So this was like
yeah.
an albino chick that I painted her eye.
Yeah.
It's a little darker. And then these are like the two golds I have.
Yeah.
shiny.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty leafy. I think the more patinaed copper is the way to go.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's
antique
great.
copper.
Yes, please.
I want the silver.
Yeah, Lily Bell's already picking for herself. She's
Really
like, I
likes
want
the silver.
Yeah.
Let
For
me write
herself
this
when you
down.
call her up. When you call her. Yeah. I'm on a stream, baby. I'll be up.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm done now, so you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna go eat my pizza. Dude, thank you so much for having me, and such an honor to talk with you. Obviously, I talked a lot about the shit I've done in that business, but really just an honor
No,
to
it's
watch
fine.
you
Thanks
do
for
it.
coming on. It's been a long time since we've hung out.
Yeah, too long. And you have an open invite for Fragtober. Starting
She
the
has
first.
to come on Fragtober.
Yeah, you hear that?
I will.
Yeah.
I will be
Okay.
there.
Excellent.
And then, I leave the live streams on this channel up. So if you want to come back and watch it, or if anyone missed it, they can come back and watch it here. And I'll put the link for all of your social medias and your black flag in the description of the video as well.
Thank you for
And
that.
no problem. Now I started. Dan, is there anything you want to promote before I end the stream?
Yeah, there's a lot of really great books out right now. Shane Davis has Inglorious Rex. John Malin's got Godlike. You got Alien Alamo by Graham Nolan. First Man, which closed last night. Billy Tucci's got his She Omnibus. Art Tabar's got Black and White Man versus Machine. Our good buddy Ethan has got his First Wave Toys. I mean, just go out there and check out what's out there as far as what I got going on. Black Flag, and if you want to see, if you guys haven't seen it and haven't seen what I'm up to, check me out on Instagram. You could see some of the pages there, or if you want to go to the actual page on Indiegogo and go to the update section, you'll see some of these pages that I'm doing that make John Malin so jealous.
Heck yeah. So, guys, all of those will be linked in the description of this video once it's done. Now, I started the intro with the, I need to paint some of your characters' eyes, Dan, because I have, I painted both of John's characters from Godlike.
Oh yeah.
And so
Well, you
I
know what?
opened it.
I'll say the
Mhm.
one. Sorry to interrupt. I
Oh, no
think
problem.
one that would be really fun is gorilla. So you could go find some reference of a real gorilla. Just you're gonna have to hue it to purple, right? And then
Okay.
Geisha, she happens to have an eye tattoo as well over her right eye. It's basically just a stripe that goes down the center. So that could be
Oh,
fun as well.
I will find that.
Yeah.
But now I'll go get reference and then I can do that. I like doing the characters on like CG streams, so I don't really paint them
Yeah.
here. Like
Okay.
both of the eyes, I think I've painted on either Ethan or the Jack show.
Yeah.
So I'll
Well,
look
the
into
other
those.
day, I forget what you drew something the other day where the camera was just your hand drawing, and it was just so good. It was
What
just
was
so
it?
good.
Well,
It
thank
was
you.
black and white. It was cartoony, and you threw some marker on it and maybe some Copics.
Oh, was it
It
Cecil?
no, it wasn't Cecil. It was like it was something. Yeah, I remember. I'll be drinking and smoking on some of those streams, so like details get foggy. But I just remember I could draw the angle that you were drawing at, but you gave it to somebody. It was for somebody.
Was it Ethan? Like I was
No,
drawing Ethan?
no.
I don't
That's
remember
hard.
what I
You
was
just
drawing.
draw the sun. That's all you got to draw.
Oh, was it Barnaby?
It might have been. It might have
Was
been
it?
the girl and the cat.
Yeah. It was
That's what it was.
Rebecca and the Starlight Cats.
That was it. You hit it. That's it. Excellent.
Well, that I guess Shane's gonna make it a trading card on Inglorious Rack, so I colored it for him. So
Oh,
I don't know.
I heard that you and I are going to be rocking it together on a certain campaign.
We are.
Yeah, you're doing a trading card and I'm doing a cover.
Is it the same one that I just talked about?
No, it's that umbrella guy, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I need to draw
stoked.
that.
I'm so
That's gonna be
stoked. I'm
awesome.
like, we're the guest stars on that one, and I'm like, dude, that is so fucking cool.
It is good. It's exciting. I need to draw
Yeah.
that. Thanks for reminding me. I knew that there was something I keep forgetting to draw.
There it
But
is.
oh shit. I am 17 minutes late for my stream with Jesse, everyone. Dan, thank you so much for
Yeah,
being here.
thanks for having me, guys. And yeah, thank you. You're the best.
No problem. Oh, I got one super chat, and then I'm gonna play the outro video. Eagle Rider, thank you for that. Seeing you was the last outing per pandemic for me. Oh, seeing who? Oh well, thank you. If I met you, it's nice meeting you. But everyone, thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'll be over on Jesse's channel. Oh, second thing was about that Tupac guy gave me nightmares last night. Oh no. Oh, hi. Hi, Munchkin. All right. Bye, everyone.